Of course. If the
It's very unfortunate you decided to come here tonight, Lieutenant.
Very fortunate for Dee. That's who you came to see tonight, isn't it?
I can take care of Dee anytime.
She knows nothing. It's obvious.
But we can't say the same about you now, can we?
All I know is that it's a crime to threaten a police officer. I suggest
I'm not threatening! I am going to kill you!
What? That's got me thinking.
Your non sequitur eludes me. Teacher of what?
One of those teachers Mrs. Culver called you. The teacher of what? Now that's the important question.
I'm weary of answering questions from the police.
Then it occurred to me. Old Mrs. Deecher didn't always teach chemistry, did she? No. Only after you stopped teaching we become assistant principal. I'll bet you too were a whiz at chemistry.
Don't try and flatter me, Lieutenant.
Of course, you didn't have any trouble getting a hold of Paratalis. Use it all the time in class demonstrations. Good old unreliable Paratalis. How did you get Mrs. Carlson to invite you to breakfast?
That's the most encouraging part of it all. I didn't have to arrange it. The little fool invited me. Deborah was out of town and she couldn't wait to tell me face to face that she'd won again, that he'd never divorce her. Not for me, not for anyone.
You loved him. For years, I imagine.
He loved me. He would have left her years ago for work for their daughter. When she graduated, we agreed. Oh, but then that woman set in on Delbert. She couldn't wait to tell me. It was to be her moment of triumph. At least that's what she thought.
Only 24 milligrams of Paratalis in the coffee. Not enough to taste, but also not enough to kill. So we thought.
Thought? But what could you know? Flat-footed cops and egocentric inspectors. Not even that quackery doctor would know Paratalis. It would be called heart attack. But I made my only mistake. I underestimated that little drug. It worked even faster than I imagined.
I made the same mistake.
You? Your big mistake was coming to Lilac Junction. You'll never leave alive.
I too forgot about one of Paratalis's amazing little features. 24 milligrams. Practically harmless. At room temperature, that is. But if you raise the heat a little bit, it starts to work like gangbusters.
Brain hemorrhaging increases at nearly 500% at only 115 degrees Fahrenheit.
So all Miss Carlson had to do was sit under a hot hair dryer for a while. Very neat. Very logical.
I knew that Mrs. Carlson had an appointment here at 10:30. Always a shampoo, set, and then 10 minutes into the dryer. She did it all for me. It just took less time than I even imagined.
All a matter of chemistry. I said so from the start.
Congratulations, but nobody's gonna know.
What will they say at the school?
Why, they'll say what I tell them to say. Those fools haven't even enough sense to...
I can imagine.
What are you trying to do?
I imagine you're an expert at putting on the heat.
What? Where are you? Breen! Let go! Let go! Stop! Breen, where are you? Lieutenant!
Bess?
That damn fuse again.
Oh, yeah. Shine it on the door.
Oh, Lieutenant, are you okay?
Yes. You better get a doctor.
No hurry. She's dead.
The evil. Never stops. Never stops. Sometimes, Dee. Sometimes it does.
Lieutenant, would you like to explain all this?
Very simple. It's all chemistry.